my salt-stained leather boot drags. My salt-stained leather boot drags. Heavyweight. Wet trench coat clings to skin. Wet trench coat clings to skin. Thick grime. Rust eats the metal rail. Rust eats the metal rail. Slow decay. Puddles swallow the gray grease. Puddles swallow the gray grease, dark oil. The rusted harmonica tastes like copper. The rusted harmonica tastes like copper. Bitter iron. The rusted harmonica tastes like copper. Sharp sting. Broken gears grind in the dark. Broken gears grind in the dark. Loud. Broken gears grind in the dark. Broken gears grind in the dark. Loud screech. Steel beams press against my chest. Steel beams press against my chest. Cold weight. The heavy rain hits like hammers. My trench coat weighs a ton, so heavy. My trench coat weighs a ton, so heavy. The wet pavement reflects blue light. A rusted metronome ticks in my head. A rusted metronome ticks in my head. The rhythm is broken and slow. The rhythm is broken and slow. I walk through the heavy damp. The bass thumps through the brick, deep bass. The bass bass thumps through the brick. Deep bass. Afraid baton snaps in the dark. Afraid baton snaps in the dark. The percussion of the downpour beats. The percussion of the downpour beats. The strings of my heart fray. The strings of my heart fray. Past the club, past the club, I drag my heavy boots, heavy boots. A gutter drips a rhythm, a rusted metronome ticks slow. The rhythm breaks my stride. The rhythm breaks my stride. A waterlogged cello string snaps. A waterlogged cello string snaps. I see your ghost, your ghost. I see your ghost, your ghost. A cracked bow scrapes wood. A cracked bow scrapes wood. Fracture. The puddle holds a fracture. A broken reed stays dry. A broken reed stays dry. Steam rises from a chip mug. Rising slow. Steam rises from a chip mug. Rising slow. A grease puddle coats the floor. A grease puddle coats the floor. Rust eats the diner edge, eating deep. Rust eats the diner edge, eating deep. The glass turns thick and gray. The window glass turns thick and gray. Porcelain, so thin. I trace a crack in porcelain, so thin. The saucer breaks beneath my thumb. The saucer breaks beneath my thumb. The fog hides the rusted rail, hiding all. The fog hides the rusted rail, hiding all. My hands feel heavy and cold. My hands feel heavy and cold. My trench coat weighs a ton. Heavy weight. My trench coat weighs a ton. Soaking wet. Rusted tuning fork vibrates in my pocket. The puddle ripples near my boot. The sidewalk feels like broken wood. The sidewalk feels like broken wood. A cracked cello bridge snaps inside. Everything is out of tune. Pierce the damp air, sharp brass. Brass notes pierce the damp air, loud brass. The club door leaks a golden glow. I walk past the closed door. The rhythm stutters like a broken drum. The rhythm stutters like a broken drum. No eyes meet my tired face. I am a ghost in transit. rusted anchor drags my feet, drags my feet. A rusted anchor drags my feet, drags my feet. The skyline post flickers and fails. The heavy downpour hits the pier. The heavy downpour hits the pier. The skyline post flickers and fails. The iron weight pulls me down, pulls me down, pulls me down, pulls me down. The iron weight pulls me down. The frayed hemp rope snaps, snap. The frayed hemp rope snaps, snap. I taste the salt of old ghosts. I taste the salt of old ghosts. The wreckage drifts in my chest, in my chest. The wreckage drifts in my chest, in my chest. I remember your steady hand, steady hand. I remember your steady hand. My trench coat drags a flow, heavy weight. My trench coat drags a flow, heavy weight. A rusted anchor pulls me down. The street lamp clicks and hums, beat. The street lamp clicks and hums. Water builds a thick wall. The hemp rope starts to fray, snapping slow. The hemp rope starts to fray, snapping slow. Empty tracks cut the ground, iron lines. The silt fills my boots, thick mud. No choice but to sink. The hemp rope snaps at last, sudden end. The hemp rope snaps at last, sudden end.
My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. The trench coat drags the ground, old slicks coat the pavement. Dripping from a rusted grave, dripping from rusted grave. The heavyweight stays, the heavyweight stays. The engine hums a low note, low note. The engine hums a low note, low note. The gears grind in the dark, the metal pipes leak rust. The engine hums a low note, low note. The engine hums a low note, low note. The noise highs the hollow, the noise highs the hollow. I walk past the blue light, blue light. I walk past the blue light, blue light. My heavy coat feels like lead. The ozone smells like burnt wire. A puddle holds a distorted image, distorted image. A puddle holds a distorted image, distorted image. The pavement hums with low frequency. The pavement hums with low frequency. The signal starts to decay, decay. The signal starts to decay, decay. This hollow chest is uncompressed. A cracked vinyl record skips, it skips. A cracked vinyl record skips, skips. The numbness loses its high fidelity. The numbness loses its high fidelity. I feel the heavy bass drop. My trench coat feels heavy, so heavy. My trench coat feels heavy, so heavy. The diner sign blinks blue. Cold water hits my neck. sign blinks blue. The diner sign blinks blue. A chipped teaspoon rests. A chipped teaspoon rests. Jazz note his heart hits hard. A jazz note hits hard hits hard. Porcelain saucer cracks, a jagged white line spread. The porcelain saucer cracks, the porcelain saucer cracks. Sharp edges cut my thumb. Sharp edges cut my thumb. I found a rusted reed, so warm, warm. I found a rusted reed, so warm, warm. Water clogs the bell, the mouthpiece cracks wide. The mouthpiece cracks wide, so wide. A dented brass rim, the valves stick tight, the valves stick tight tonight.
cold sludge, so cold. The bell holds cold sludge, so cold. A heavy brass weight, the keys feel stiff, the keys feel stiff, so stiff. The metal tastes bitter, the metal tastes bitter, so the mouthpiece breaks apart. I find a waterlogged barrel, so heavy. I find a waterlogged bone, so heavy. The horsehair snaps in two, a rusted tuning peg slips, stays loose. A rusted tuning peg slips, stays. Wood begins to rot, I watch the silver fray slowly. I watch the silver fray The dampness eats the varnish deep. The dampness eats the varnish deep. The hollow body cracks. I feel the splintered wood sharp. I feel the splintered wood sharp. The resonance fades away. The rhythm breaks apart dead. The rhythm breaks apart dead.
I stir a congealed pool, cold cream. I stir a congealed pool, cold cream. The porcelain saucer has a crack. The porcelain saucer has a crack. The diner floor feels numb. The diner floor feels numb. My nerves feel stripped bare. Stripped bare. My nerves feel stripped bare. A mint sand hits me so sharp. A mint sand hits me so sharp. The enamel of my memory breaks. The enamel of my memory breaks. A metal tray scrapes the table. The metal tray scrapes the table. I feel the sudden drill. I feel the sudden drill. I touch a cracked porcelain saucer. I touch a cracked porcelain saucer. So cold. The kiln fire died long ago. The glaze chips under my thumb. The glaze chips under my thumb. So thin. rusted tuning fork ring, a rusted tuning fork ring, hollow. The clay turns into dust. The heavy rhythm starts to ache. The heavy rhythm starts to ache inside. My heartbeat hits the floor. My heartbeat hits the floor. Hollow. I see the jagged edges. I see the jagged edges. Sharp. The shards cut through the dark. My trench coat weighs a ton, heavyweight. This trench coat weighs a ton, heavyweight. I stand under this metal edge. The damp air tastes like rust. I feel the heavy dampness. I feel the heavy dampness. A rusted, jagged anchor drags me down. I find a frame rope tangled tight. I find a frame rope tangled tight. A broken horse sits in the gutter. A broken horse sits in the gutter. A salt-stained scrap hits my boot. A salt-stained scrap hits my blues. The sight of old brownstings, the scent of old brownstings.
Bartender, don't shut it down like you don't know my face. Neon on the table, ash in my hand, rain tap tapping that back door frame. I've been here so long, I've forgotten my plans. Now the night got my number and it called my name. I came in for one drink and a little old lie. Told myself I was done with the hurt, but the clock kept ticking, and so did I, like a bad old habit in a work shirt. The glass got foggy, the mirror lied, my coat still wet from the street outside. It's last call weather, and I'm still here, smoking the ceiling, smoking my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. It's last call weather, cold as sin. I keep moving in the shape I'm in. Your name sits heavy in the jukebox hum, in every low note and every slow grind. I see your hands where the ice cubes come. I see a shadow at the edge of my mind. You said don't make me the reason you stay, but I stayed anyway. Wrong is rain. Now I know what a vow can pay, when it stays too long and learns your pain. Swings open, let the wind come in. It knows my face, it knows my skin. It's last call weather, and I'm still here, smoking the ceiling, smoking my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. It's last call weather, cold as If I walk out clean, I walk out alone. If I stay one more minute, this room gets my bones. It's last call weather, and I'm still here. Smoke in the ceiling, smoke in my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. His last call weather, cold as sin. I keep moving in the shape I'm in. Don't turn up the lights yet. Let the dark finish talking.
I know this coat ain't mine. I've been wearing your winter like it belonged to me. Your friends call me first when the furnace go out. I know the lock on your door, the crack in your key. I know how to get through when you're all talked out. I picked up your pieces from 100 floors. I've smiled through the trouble like that's what men do. But every favor I'd done at your front door was another small piece I never gave back to you. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I stayed so long, I answered the blame. I kept your house warm, I kept my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. A little more love, a little more shame. You said, baby, you helped me breathe, and I believed it then. So I cut my words down to fit your room. I learned your silence and I wore it then like a cheap old cuff in the edge of June. I was the one who came when the pipes got loud, the one who laughed when your cousins drank. I could walk through your storm and move the crowd, but I couldn't say no, and I should have sang. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I stayed so long, I answered the blame. I kept your house warm, I kept my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. A little more love, a little more shame. Maybe you love me plain and simple. Maybe I made a job out of grace. But if I take this coat off now, I don't know what I'm gonna face. I hung your trouble on my shoulders right now. My spine got the shape of it all. Your last good reason slipped out last night, and I still answered when I heard you call. That's the trick with a life built near the flame. You stop feeling burned, you stop feeling old. I ain't mad at you, I know my own name. I just don't wear it my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I wore your life, now it fits like pain. Take it back slow, don't make it look easy.
Two in the morning, and you bring that smell in here. Your heel hit the floor like a lie with weight. Hair all wind-tossed, coat half-buttoned wrong. You stood in the doorway at a quarter to fate, like you forgot this place, still knew your song. I seen that look before, that half-smile slash, the one you wear when you think I won't ask. But the whole damn room heard your key turn fast, and I got the kind of quiet that lasts and lasts. Don't say baby like that, gonna soften steel. Don't come in gentle when you know what I feel. Doorway at 2, now everybody see who you were with and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room stares. You walked in late with somebody else's hair. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. There's lipstick on your collar that ain't my shade. There's a laugh still stuck in the edge of your throat. You said don't start trouble, but trouble got made the second you chose what you chose. I ain't proud of the look I gave that door. I ain't proud of the way my hand found glass. But shame don't pay the rent no more, and hurt don't know how to pass. Doorway at 2, now everybody see who you were with and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room stare. You walked in late with somebody else's hair. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. Play the saint, but everybody here knows what I ain't. I loved you mean, I loved you true. Now I'm looking at the part I can't undo. You said it wasn't nothing, said the car just stalled, said the wind was bad, said the bridge was slick. But the room got smaller, and I heard it all in the way you stood there, not quite thick. I don't need the details, I know the crime. It's the same old smoke with a new perfume. What breaks a man ain't always time. Sometimes it's one step back into the room. Doorway at 2, now everybody see and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room stare. You walked
was somebody else's air. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. Leave the light off, let the door judge you.
Don't make me beg aloud. I took the long way home just to slow the truth. Sat in the car till the radio died. You know, the kind of dark that fits a man like proof, when he don't want nobody read his mind. I got no good excuse, no clever line, just these old hands and a tired pride. I can walk through fire when it ain't mine, but I fold up easy when you look me in the eye. Tell me I'm still good if you can. Tell me I ain't all the way gone as a man. I don't need pretty, I don't need kind, I just need one clean word tonight. Tell me I'm still good, don't lie. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. You saw my worst before I did. You heard my excuse before I made it sound right. I keep one foot out like a scared old kid, then I come back crawling to your porch light. If I'm honest, I like the burn. I like the way your disappointment cuts. Every time I leave, I learn I got a hunger that don't know enough. Tell me I'm still good if you can. Tell me I ain't all the way gone as a man. I don't need pretty, I don't need kind, I just need one clean word tonight. Tell me I'm still good, don't lie. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. If you say no, I'll hear it. If you say yes, I'll owe it. I know that's ugly, I know that's low, I know a grown man shouldn't need this much light, but I've been in the dark so long, I don't trust my own face in the mirror at night. So give me the truth like a shot of gin, hard straight, no sugar on top. If I'm still worth pulling back in, say it once and let me stop. Tell me I'm still good if you can. Tell me I ain't all the way gone as a man. I don't need pretty, I don't need kind, I just need one clean word tonight. Tell me I'm still good, don't lie. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. Don't save me, just say my name honest. before the sun get right. Kettle on the stove and the floor still cold. I can tell your absence by the shape of the light, by the way the chair sits where you used to hold. I wash a cup, I hear you laugh, I fold a shirt that still knows your skin. A memory ain't just a photograph, it's the same damn morning coming back again. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. Outside, the street got that February bite. Bus brakes hissing at the corner light. A man can learn to carry a wound like sight when he sees it every day in the same pale white. Your scarf on the hook, your keys in my tray, a burned out match in the salsa dish. I swear I was letting you fade away, but the house keeps pulling me back to this. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. The hard part ain't the cry, it's the keeping on. It's the way the day starts, knowing what broke. I light one cigarette and it's already gone, like the last good word in a mouth full of smoke. I don't call you now, I don't beg no more, but I still move careful through the old routine, like love left fingerprints all over the floor, and every clean spot is what might have been if I change the sheets. You still in the scene. If I crack the shade, you still in the beam. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. Oh, morning don't erase it, it just shows it better. I met the worst of me at the end of your block. I like to say you made me mean, like I just woke up hard one day. Truth is, I had that old machine in me long before you walked my way. I knew how to smile and keep score.
I knew how to vanish and call it grace. I knew how to stand at the wrong man's door and blame the weather on my own face. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been saved for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. I told half-truths smooth as gin. I kept one foot out while I talked love big. I wanted a saint when I came back in, but I brought a liar and a jealous pig. That don't mean you was clean, no sir. It just means I ain't the only wreck. I've been calling my hunger a cure and calling my leaving respect. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been safe for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. You didn't turn me into this. You just lit up the room enough to see it. Now the bar stools know my shape, and the night clerks know my shame by sight. I can talk like a man who's late, but I've been late to myself my whole damn life. So if I lose you, I lose the truth. And if I keep you, I keep the bruise. Either way, I got work to do on the part of me that don't know how to choose. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been safe for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. That's the ugly part. It still sounds like me. I used to wait outside like a man at work, face turned up to whatever you throw. I called it love, but it did the hurt, and I kept on standing in your rain to show. You'd come and go like a broken light, flash me bright, then leave me blind. I wore that thunder every night till I couldn't tell your tears from mine. And I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, Don't tell me I'm cruel because I'm clear. Don't call it anger when it's just enough. I've been here so long, the floor went near to the shape of a man who gave too much. You keep the stores, keep the heat, keep the keys you never once returned. I got a whole new ache to meet, and I'm too old now not to learn. I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, but I can't keep living where the weather went wrong. No more standing in your rain. I'm still yours in memory, not in chain. I ain't saying you're the devil. I'm saying I can't keep praying at the wrong door. If I look back, that's just a habit. If I miss you, that don't make me weak. Love got no business staying stagnant when it turns a man to a shape so thin he squeaks. So I'll take my coat, I'll take my cough, I'll take the names you never said, and I'll walk where the wind cuts off without asking for the storm to shed. I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, but I can't keep living where the weather went wrong. No more standing in your rain. I'm still yours in memory, not in chain. If you need me, find somebody else's doorstep. I don't live there no more. The place still lives in me. Crossed that threshold once too many times, with my coat half on and my mind half gone. Now the porch light flickers in my spine like it knows the shape of what went on. The house still knows my steps by heart. The screen door coughs when the wind gets me. I ain't in that room, but I ain't that far. Some debts don't leave when you leave the scene. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps count of what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape. The house still knows Used to think the inn was clean, door shut, line cut, dark behind. But the truth got teeth and it came for me in the quiet where I left my mind. I ain't asking back what I can't reclaim. I ain't begging fate to circle round. I'm just saying memory ain't a name. It's a room where the living make a sound. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps count of what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape. The house still knows my steps, and I know now what I kept. Maybe I was never there to stay. Maybe I was there to learn how to go. Either way, it cost the same. So if you hear me in the hallway creak, or see my shadow in the wet front glass, that ain't romance, that's just a weak part of a man that time can't pass. I don't want the door back open wide. I don't want the old lies dressed as gold. I just want the truth to stand outside and let the rest of it turn cold. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps count of what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape. The house still knows my steps, and I know now what I kept. Not a home, not a grave, just a place my name learn away.
I see the barber cleaning his station. I see the barber cleaning his station. He's wiping away the day like it was nothing at all. The steel is bright against the cloth. The steel is bright against the cloth, and I'm just standing here waiting for the sting. That razor's got a heavy edge. That razor's got a heavy edge, just like the way you left me standing. I walk past the window on the corner. I walk past the window on the corner. The glass is cold, the street is looking mean. I saw your shadow in a different light. I saw your shadow just a trick of the morning sun that razor's got a heavy edge. That razor's got a heavy edge, just like the way you left me standing, just like the way you left me standing. The edge is sharp, the edge is sharp. I'm sitting here on these back steps, just sitting here on these back steps, checking this matchbook for a spark that's gone. You said you'd be out when the lights went down. Yeah, you said you'd be out when the lights went down. But the club door's locked and you're nowhere to be found. Don't bother coming back around. Don't bother coming back around. The fire's out and the ash is on the ground. I see your shadow moving near the corner store. I see your shadow moving near the corner store. But you won't look my way through that heavy door. The street is empty and the air is getting thin. The street is empty and the air is getting thin. And I'm tired of waiting for a sin to begin. Don't bother coming back around. Don't bother coming back around. The fire's out and the ash is on the ground. Paper book. I've got nothing left to burn in this paper book. Just a bitter taste of every lie you took. My hands are shaking and my knees feel the cold. My hands are shaking and my knees feel the cold. And I'm too damn old to do what I'm told. Don't bother coming back around. Don't
and the ashes on the ground. The match is dead, just dead. Leave it be.
Closing time, Lou. I see him wiping that same spot on the wood, wiping that same spot on the wood. Like he could scrub away the things he understood. He's got a bar rag soaked in gin and shame, just a bar rag soaked in gin and shame. And is looking for a way to forget her name. The tab is getting heavy, the glass is running dry. He's just waiting for the sun to light. He don't look at the door no more, he don't even look at the floor, just stares at the ring his bottle left behind. He folds that rag into a tight little square, folds that rag into a tight little square, like he's trying to trap the ghost still hanging in the air. The lights are dimming and the street is getting cold. The lights are dimming and the street is getting cold. But he's got a debt that's getting mighty old. The tab is getting heavy, the glass is running dry. He's just waiting for the sun to light. Leave the rag on the counter, Lou. Just leave the rag on the counter. I'm done with the night. scrubbing at this basin, scrubbing at this porcelain basin. The water's running gray and cold, just like the look in your eyes when you left. I see right through me. Yeah, I see right through me. Like a window with a crack in the glass. The grease won't leave this heavy pan. The grease won't leave this heavy pan. I'm staring at the drain, waiting for the man I used to be to come back. I see right through me. Yeah, I see right through me. Like a window with a crack in the glass. The corner store is closing down the street. The landlord's knocking, but I won't move my feet. I'm just a shadow in a rented room, watching the soap suds swirl into the gloom. I see right through me. I see right through me. Like a window with a crack in the glass. Just a crack in the glass. Nothing left to wash, nothing left at all. That freight train rattles my window pane. That freight train rattles my window pane. It's the only thing left making any noise in this rain. Just a heavy kind of quiet. I folded my work shirt, laid it on a chair. I folded my work shirt, laid it on a chair. But I can still see your ghost sitting right there. Just a heavy kind of quiet.
just a heavy kind of quiet. The tracks keep humming. The tracks keep humming. Just the tracks and the humming.
I'm pushing this broom across the concrete grid. Yeah, pushing this broom across the concrete grid. Every bit of dirt I move just shows where you used to sit. The street stays dirty, no matter how sweet. The street stays dirty, no matter how I sweep. Got a heavy debt to a promise I couldn't keep. The shopkeeper's locking up his heavy iron gate. The shopkeeper's locking up his heavy iron gate. He don't even look my way. He says it's getting late. The street stays dirty, no matter how I sweep. The street stays dirty, no matter how I sweep. Got a heavy debt to a promise I couldn't keep. My hands are stiff and my back is feeling the strain. The wind comes off the lake and brings a bit of the rain. I see your shadow in the corner of my eye, but it's just a trick of the light and a well-known lie. The street stays dirty, no matter how I sweep. Street stays dirty, no matter how I sweep. Got a heavy debt to a promise I couldn't keep. Just more dust on the curb, just more dust on the curb. Nothing left to sweep away. I found this picture tucked beneath my shirt. Yeah, I found this picture tucked beneath my shirt. It's a heavy thing to carry, and it's starting to hurt. I'm folding up the cotton, I'm folding up the lace. I'm folding up the cotton, I'm folding up the lace. Just another piece of paper I can't quite erase. The latch is stiff and the leather is warm. The latch is stiff and the leather is warm. I'm packing up the pieces of a life that's been torn. Your eyes in this light, they look so bright and clear. Your eyes in this light, they look so bright and clear. But there ain't nothing left for me to hold on to here. The landlord's waiting, the stairs are getting steep. The landlord's waiting, the stairs are getting steep. And I got promises to the road that I gotta keep. Oh, the latch is stiff and the leather is warm. The latch is stiff and the leather is warm. I'm packing up the pieces of a life that's been torn. The suitcase is heavy, the attic is cold. Just a faded picture and a story already told. I hold a rusted fishing reel, rusted reel. I hold a rusted fishing reel, rusted reel. The salt crusts my skin, the line is frayed and thin. I see a shallow shimmer, I see a shallow shimmer. A broken surface and puddles, broken surface. The weight pulls me down. The cold seeps through my coat, through my coat. The cold seeps through my coat, through my coat. The nylon line snaps tight. The nylon line snaps tight. I feel the heavy drag. I feel the heavy drag. The empty net drags deep, drags deep. The pressure starts to bloom. The south side flicker stains my eyes. The south side flicker stains, cold drips from the eaves. My skin feels like iron. A salt-crusted bell rings. A salt-crusted bell rings. A rusted, unanchored anchor drags through the mud. My boots strike the grit, strike the grit. My boots strike the grit. A phantom weight follows me. The rhythm hits my chest. A hollowed bell tolls, tolls. A hollowed bell tolls. The iron chain snaps. The metal bites my hand. My trench coat feels like lead. My trench coat feels like lead. A waterlogged saxophone reed sits still. A waterlogged saxophone reed sits still. The brass mouthpiece has a crack. The brass mouthpiece has a crack. The wipers beat a steady rhythm. The wipers beat a steady rhythm. Like a metronome, my heart beats a hollow thud. My heart beats a hollow thud out of time. The tempo drags in the mud. The tempo drags in the mud. I hold a fraying cello bow. I hold a fraying cello bow, so frayed. The blue puddles reflect the loop. The blue puddles reflect the loop, heavy. The concrete presses on my chest. The concrete presses on my chest, heavy. The weight pulls me down. A cracked metronome skips a beat. Cracked metronome skips a beat, skips. The cold water bites my skin. The cold water bites my skin, bites. The strings snap in the damp. The strings snap in the damp. Snap, the wood begins to rot. My boots tread on wet asphalt, heavy boots. My boots tread on wet asphalt, heavy boots. The trench coat weighs me down. I feel nothing in my feet, numb feet. I feel nothing in my feet, numb feet. The dampness settles in my bones. A dented brass compass sits here, lost direction. A dented brass compass sits here, lost direction. It spins in a shallow puddle. A frayed hemp rope lies nearby. broken line. A frayed hemp rope lies nearby. Broken line. The salt crust stings my eyes. I watch the oily puddles swirl, swirl. I watch the oily puddles swirl, swirl. A rusted, jagged anchor drags below. The heavy iron sinks in grit. The heavy iron sinks in grit. A broken hull rests in mud. The heavy iron sinks in grit. The heavy iron sinks in grit. A salt scent hits my nose. Salt scent. A salt scent hits my nose. Salt scent. A frayed hemp rope snaps tight. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. I feel the sudden, sudden sting. I feel the sudden, sudden sting. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. A muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. A muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. I clutch a waterlogged saxophone reed. The brass brass mouthpiece feels dented. The metal tastes like copper. 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 Windshield wipers beat a frantic rhythm. Frantic rhythm. Windshield wipers beat a frantic rhythm. Frantic rhythm. The brass bell vibrates with tension. The brass bell vibrates with tension. My fingers grip the cold metal. My fingers grip the cold metal. The rhythm breaks my steady pulse. The rhythm breaks my steady pulse. I touch a rusted brass valve, so stuck. I touch a rusted brass valve, so stuck. The damp trench coat weighs me down. A cracked reed splits in my hand. A cracked reed splits in my hand. The club sign flickers red. The club sign flickers red. The dampness bites my skin. The wipers beat a slow tempo. Slow tempo. The wipers beat a slow tempo. Slow tempo. My pulse forgets the fast swing. The cold settles in my bones. The cold settles in my bones. My heart beats a flat note. My heart beats a flat note. The rhythm loses its brass shine. My trench coat drags the ground, heavyweight. My trench coat drags the ground, heavyweight. Boots click on the wet iron, the salt eats the metal, the salt eats the metal. Afraid hemp rope snaps, afraid hemp rope snaps. I walk through the wreckage. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The numbness starts to crack. The numbness starts to crack. Water floods the hollow hull. Water floods the hollow hull. I feel the sudden sting. I feel the sudden sting. My trench coat weighs a ton. My trench coat weighs a ton, heavy ton. Static fills my head. The tape hiss grows. The tape hiss grows thick. A broken magnetic head. A broken magnetic head scrapes. The signal fades out. A scent of cheap jasmine drifts. The scent of cheap jasmine drifts near. The playback speed fluctuates. The playback speed fluctuates erratically. A rusted unspooling cassette tape. A rusted unspooling cassette tape tangles. The ribbon hits the floor. through the static, static. My boots press the heavy tape, heavy tape. A rusted unspooling cassette tape drags. The magnetic tape bleeds on the street. The magnetic tape bleeds on the street. I find a cracked magnetic head. I find a cracked magnetic head. The signal loses all its strength. The rhythm skips a beat, skips a beat. The rhythm skips a beat, skips a beat. The playback loop starts to fray. The playback loop starts to fray. A distorted signal hits the floor. A distorted signal hits the floor. The high end cuts to hiss. The high end cuts to hiss. I grip a rusted bow, so heavy. I grip a rusted bow, so heavy. The wood feels damp and low. The metal strings snap thin inside. The metal strings snap thin inside. The dampness seeps within. The resin puck is cracked and dry. The resin puck is cracked and dry. The friction starts to die. My fingers lose their grip on the wood. My fingers lose their grip on the wood. The decay feels far too good. The coffee turns to ice, so cold. The coffee turns to ice, so cold. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The diner clock ticks slow. The diner clock ticks slow. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The window glass feels thick. The window glass feels thick. A jukebox plays a broken tune. A jukebox plays a broken tune. The scent of wet clay hits me. The scent of wet clay hits me. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The silver spoon scrapes the rim. The silver spoon scrapes the rim. My boots drag through the sludge. Heavy boots. My boots drag through the sludge. Heavy boots. A rusted anchor drags my feet. The wet pavement mirrors nothing. The wet pavement mirrors nothing. I see only dark oil. I see only dark oil. The tide pulls me down. The hemp rope starts to fray, fraying fast. The hemp rope starts to fray, fraying fast. The cold bites through my skin. Cold bites through my skin. My pulse beats like a drum. My pulse beats like a drum. The salt stings my eyes. The salt stings my eyes. trench coat feels heavy. My trench coat feels heavy, heavy, heavy. Wet newsprint sticks to pavement. Wet newsprint sticks to pavement, sticks. I carry a frayed velvet case. I carry a frayed velvet case. A cracked brass mouthpiece bites my palm. A cracked brass mouthpiece bites my palm. Hits a puddle. Amber light hits a puddle. The brass section plays a flat note. The brass section plays a flat note. See your empty bar stool. I see your empty bar stool. The rhythm section skips a beat. The rhythm section skips a beat. Blue light on the floor. The home of the fridge. A shadow by the door. The edge of a bridge. The gin bottle sits low, half empty and cold. The label is torn, like the stories we told. I trace the glass rim, the condensation drips. The light in the kitchen, through the silver slit slips. Your keys are not here. The silence is loud. A ghost in the corner, awaiting the cloud. One glass on the wood, one heart in the dust. The bitter taste remains, the silver turns to rust.
just us. The bottle is low, the lights go dim, the glass hits the wood, the shadows swim. Just the gin, just the dust, just the rust